Call the member for Balmain.
Never.
It'll be a sensible question, yeah. Member for Balmain.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Planning. Minister, considering Urban Growth New South Wales proposals for significant rezoning along Parramatta Road and the Bays Precinct, will the government commit to implementing a value capture mechanism to ensure that windfall benefits are shared by the wider community and not simply by private interests?
Thank you. Call the Minister for Planning. Member for Canterbury. That was uncalled for.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd like to thank the member
Planning.
for Balmain for his excellent question and his commitment to the redistribution of wealth. It's great to see. Madam Speaker, we need to ensure that our cities don't just get bigger, that they get better as well. Urban Growth New South Wales is leading the urban transformation of Parramatta Road and the Bays Precinct, with the delivery of transformation plans for both projects over the last 2 months, with the Bays just earlier today, by the Premier earlier today. Funding sources are needed to deliver adequate infrastructure to support these services. The feedback to me from my first Parramatta Road roundtable forum of mayors and local members, including the member for Balmain, along the route, was that a value capture mechanism will be crucial to maximising the opportunities for the community presented by the government's investment in this area. The New South Wales Government agrees. Madam Speaker, I also recently met with Federal Minister for Cities and the Built Environment, Jamie Briggs. He spoke of the federal government's interest in looking at ways to better cooperate with the state government on achieving efficient value capture for major projects. This means that where significant zoning and infrastructure decisions lead to substantial windfall gains for property owners, it's reasonable to expect that the financial benefits will be shared between the community and the individual owners. I was delighted to read Chris Brown's opinion piece in the Financial Review today, where he proposed a more systematic approach to sharing the financial benefits land users receive when government makes substantial infrastructure investments. The Baird government is now embarking on the most. The Baird Grant government is now embarking on the most.
I know the member for Balmain's trying to listen to this answer. Members of the opposition should come to order or leave the chamber if they're not interested in this issue. Minister for Planning.
The Baird Grant government is now embarking on the most extensive infrastructure capital investment program in the post-war period. This program will have a transformative effect on land use across Sydney. It's therefore necessary to consider innovative financial arrangements so secondary infrastructure needed to support growth can be efficiently and equitably delivered. We're currently looking at options to fund local and state infrastructure in new areas of growth. We've already signalled this for a number of precincts and corridors being planned at the moment, including the Western Sydney Priority Growth Area, the Parramatta Road Corridor and, as mentioned earlier today, the Sydenham to Bankstown Corridor and also the Bays. Of course, local councils can use existing contribution systems such as Section 94 of the Environmental Planning and Assessment Act and voluntary planning agreements. These are well understood by the development industry and can generate significant income for services such as community and childcare facilities, local roads and open space. However, the funds collected through these mechanisms are not sufficient to provide for all infrastructure and services required by the projected growth, for example, on Parramatta Road. The New South Wales Government currently uses special infrastructure contributions levies in the North, West and South West priority land release areas. These levies fund health services and transport infrastructure. However, the levies aren't used widely in Sydney's existing areas. When we look at infill development and infrastructure development, there's an obvious potential to capture a proportion of the increased land value resulting from rezoning, which could be invested in state infrastructure and community services, including education and health facilities, public transport and regional open space. The New South Wales Government is therefore investigating a broad-based approach in areas of increased development intensity, such as Parramatta Road. Over 20 years, the Parramatta Road corridor is expected to deliver around $28 billion worth of development value. While there's a significant opportunity to apply a value capture system within the Parramatta Road corridor to assist in funding new infrastructure, we obviously need to balance this opportunity against the need to ensure the commercial viability of development projects so that we don't kill the goose that laid the golden egg. In relation to the Bays, the transformation plan launched by the Premier today identifies that a precinct, and I draw you to page 18 of the transformation plan, identifies that a precinct-wide funding and finance model will include an investigation of value capture and opportunities where private land will benefit from the Bays precinct investment or rezoning. So our record investment in infrastructure will pave the way for new and high-quality communities to be established across the city and across the state, critical to improving the quality of our cities is the integration of planning with new transport infrastructure. So my department's working closely with local councils and communities to plan for new homes, new schools, shops and parks close to the new stations along these transport routes, along new roads and within existing urban renewal areas being run by urban growth. We need to ensure we maximise the value of these investments to our community by ensuring that our planning and infrastructure decisions are properly integrated, which is why value capture is going to be such a critical part of ensuring that as our cities get bigger, they get better as well.
Thank you. Call a member for Walker.